Hey there, it's Meredith. Let's get started on Microsoft Teams, the beginner version, the 101 Introduction to Microsoft Teams. If you are a new Teams member and user in your workplace, and people keep talking about Teams and channels and how you're supposed to join and things like that, I'm here to explain it in a very clear and concise way so that you understand when people invite you that it's really not that big of a deal and we can all get through this together. Go Gen Xers and just on the edge of baby boomers. I can help you. Let's get started.
Welcome to training on Microsoft Teams. We hope that this training will help you optimize your work while using the Teams app. I think the first thing that we need to understand is what is Teams and how can it help us. So Teams is part of the Microsoft application suite that we have on our computers, and it organizes our work based on two main things. It can organize it based on the type of work that we do or the projects that we're working on. So an example of the type of work that we do is if you are in the marketing department or the finance department or the quality department, your team, the marketing team, the finance team, quality team, might have a Teams channel. Or let's say within your team, you're working on a big trade show promotion or the budget or an upcoming audit at your lab. All of those are projects that your team is working on and can also be created in a channel in the Teams app. We've also seen other groups create a team for each client or project managers that create a team for each of the projects that they're overseeing. And each type of team that we create is a reflection of the type of work that we do in our company and the roles that we have and basically our work culture. So 100% just want you to know Teams is very flexible. All right, so how many teams is the correct number of teams? And I think that that number or that answer is that there's not a perfect number of teams for each employee, for each company, or for each role. It's really dependent on how your work is organized at your locations and even across locations. So just think of an example where a large team might be efficient in announcements, team events, or celebrations. So let's just say company ABC makes an announcement and everybody in the organization gets it because they're a member of that large company ABC team. However, smaller teams are more efficient in getting the day-to-day work done for each project or within a team. So we wouldn't want to send a note about a specific project to everyone in the organization. So make sure when you are creating the team and naming it that you give it a proper name. So what good names do is they let people find the team very quickly in their listing of teams in the app. And if you create an unclear name, it causes confusion. So was this project from last quarter or this quarter, or is it the new client that we're working on? So make sure you're naming the project appropriately to eliminate confusion and avoid duplicating an already existing team name or creating a similar team name to, again, add to confusion. So, and we can always add a sub-team and a channel for that sub-team, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But good naming conventions are a project name, the date of the project, so we could be doing 2026 budget, we could use the name of a client, or we could use the type of client that we're going to be strategizing for, say in marketing. And you can add an avatar or an image to easily identify your team. And they can be serious avatars and images, or they can be fun and silly, just to help maybe distinguish that team from the rest of the teams in your list. And then the last thing to note is that you can arrange your teams in the app as you prefer. So even though they're created and I guess line up sequentially with the newest created one at the bottom, you can go ahead and slide those around and move them up and down the list based on the priority and what you're working on at the time. All right, so we want to use the Teams app to organize. And I think that the biggest three things that Teams can help us do to organize is it can help schedule meetings with only the people that you want. And so you've created a team, you added the members of the team, and now you want to schedule a meeting with them. So in Teams, that is a very simple process. You don't have to go find everybody in Outlook and add them to your calendar invite and check their schedules and things like that. Teams really lets you do this pretty quickly and easily, and I'll show you that as well. Teams is also a great place to share files. So some of us use SharePoint and OneDrive, but Teams is a great place to just drop a file real quick into the team and then be able to say, take a look at this, what do you think? Or we're going to review this at our meeting, and everybody should have it. And when you're on the Teams call, it will be front and center for everyone who's attending to be able to review it and nobody's searching through their emails to find it. And then I think the last thing that Teams is really good at is allowing you to collaborate in real time. So when you have your meetings and you want to share a document, or you even want to brainstorm, there's an app within Teams that you can utilize called Whiteboard. And we can just go in there, open it up, and basically it's just a free dialogue box where everyone can contribute and add things. And it really allows for some unique collaboration at that point. All right, so scheduling meetings, again, I said you could do that from Outlook, but you can do it from within the Teams as well. So when you're in Outlook, you actually search for your team channel name and invite everybody from there. When you're sharing files, you do that right in the Teams channel that you've created. And then collaborating in real time, you use the whiteboard or, of course, SharePoint and direct your team members where to look. All right, so here's some pictures step by step on how we would create a team. So on the left side of the Teams app, you actually have to choose the chat feature. And then if you're using the separate view and you're not in the app that way, then you're going to actually select Teams. But select new items from above your list. So on the left here, we show the view that would be if you were selecting chat. And on the right, we show you the view if you had selected Teams. And then this new piece of paper with the pencil on it is the new items. And so you want to select that no matter which side you're on. And then this box opens up. And so this is, I can create a new message, I can create a new channel, I can join a team, but we want to create a new team. So we're going to select that. And then this box pops up. And basically they want you to name your team. What are you going to, why are we creating this team? And then you want to give it a description so the people who are being invited to the team know what this team's about if they don't immediately know from the team name. And then depending on your company's security and privacy, you will either have a private option, it can be a public channel, and then the security of it. And then the name your first channel. The default is general. So if I named this Q4 budget, and then I went in here and I wanted to create a first channel and I didn't give it a name, it would automatically call it general Q4 budget. And then on the last step, so decide what kind of team you want this to be. So we want it to be private, typically, unless you're inviting a large group, maybe in a social setting. So maybe it's not a work team, maybe it's a social team, and you want to invite as many people as you can. I believe the limit is up to 300 people right now. So one team can have 300 people on it, which is pretty exciting. And then you're going to name it and you're going to hit create. So it's pretty simple. And I'm going to show you a team that I created. So I went under channels and I did the new, and I created our location, Marshfield Marketing. And then immediately I created a sub channel called General Discussion. So if I had to now create another one, I would maybe call it Trade Show Promotions for Marshfield, or I don't know, food and environmental testing for Marshfield. So I can create as many sub-channels underneath this Marshfield marketing team that I want, which is really, really nice. And then I talked a little bit about earlier on about the scheduling meetings. And so here's how we schedule meetings right within the Teams app. So within Teams, you're going to select the channel that you want to schedule a meeting in. And then you select the drop-down arrow next to Meet Now. If you're in the post layout, you're going to select the drop-down arrow next to Meet Now. And then select Schedule a Meeting. So add the meeting details, time, place, people who are invited, and then hit send. Or let's say you're chatting back and forth with 2 or 3 members of the team and you need to just get something asked really quick and it's too hard to type and it's just better if we did a call right now. Everybody seems available, or at least who's available will join the call. You can start an instant meeting. So again, you're going to be in Teams, select the channel, select Meet Now. If you're in the post layout, also you're going to select Meet Now with the little camera icon. Select Join Now, and then invite people to join. So people who are members of the channel will be able to see the meeting and can join the meeting in either the posts or the conversation feed. So I know I'm using a lot of words that, what's a conversation feed, what's a post. Once you start using Teams, you'll get more familiar with the terminology surrounding it, but really those are just ways of communicating within Teams. And then the final one is my personal create a meeting within my Marshfield marketing team. So I'm in channels and I selected general discussion for Marshfield. And then I hovered over this icon right here, the camera. And then I opened a box opened up for Meet Now or schedule a meeting. So depending on if I wanted to meet with people right now or if I wanted to schedule a meeting next week or tomorrow, I would click one of these two and it would take me through the next steps, like I said, like I was describing earlier in the slides. So basically, a great application, Teams in Microsoft, that we all have on our computers, again, is a great place to go when we want to get together with the people based on the type of work that we do or the projects that we're working on. So it could be the marketing team again, the finance team, the quality team, or it could be that trade show promotion within the marketing team, or the budget for this upcoming year in finance, or that audit for the lab that's coming up for the quality team. So it's really a great place to get all of your people together. And I think that creating a new team for your work can really help with direct and clear communication to all of your team members. It helps with sharing files and then collaborating and scheduling impromptu or traditionally timed meetings. Great resources for learning more about Teams or any of the Microsoft app products can be found at Microsoft.com under the support menu. And you can actually free type out a question, a unique question about something. If it's Teams and you're like, I missed a step, Meredith didn't do a very good job here, then you can do that and ask an individual question about a product, or you can watch tutorials about the specific app that you want to learn more about. So if you want to definitely dive more into the world of Teams, then you just go there and there's plenty of videos that Microsoft has put out to help us learn.
Thanks so much for watching along and following till the end. If you could please just take a moment and subscribe to the channel Ask Meredith Tech as I grow my subscriptions and my following in my community. It will only help grow everyone's knowledge of computer tech. Hit the like button also and comment which of the features that I shared today with you about Teams most surprised you that you had no idea Teams did. I think for me it was the instant meeting option because I didn't even know that existed, and then I'd be messaging back and forth with my teammates and until we finally got to a point where either we picked up the phone or and this instant meeting option is just a great way to connect really quickly and get things done. Also, let me know if you have other software struggles that you run into in your daily life. I'd be happy to help you out with those and make a video. I know Outlook sometimes can be a lot more robust than we know about. Excel as well. And then even in Teams, there's more that we can dive into. So thanks again for joining me today and watching. And then please subscribe and like, comment. It all helps with the channel. Thanks so much.